Hello and welcome to this evening time, late afternoon, early evening, depending where you are. Could just be mid afternoon if you're in California. Taste challenge. We have two blended Scotch whiskeys, both aged 3 years, both 40% alcohol, and neither one have a website listing, so don't even bother looking it up because you're not gonna find it. You might find a liquor store selling it, but here's JW Dance. Now, notice how they use JW. Well, A, they're blaring that horn, and B, they're flying a lot faster than I know they're allowed to. They're not supposed to go that fast on that track. But that's all right. It's not my problem. I mean, it caused a huge wreck. They already had a terrible wreck in this parish earlier today. 50-car pileup on the interstate, and two people got killed. Okay, so that was terrible. So JW Dant, and I know they're using that big JW to make it look like J and B, right? Scotch. But Claude Diamond says, love the special sound effects. Yeah, well, these are real sound effects. Okay, so this company, Whiskey and Trains, right? Okay. J.W. Dant really was established in 1836, and it was a Scottish immigrant, so I guess it makes sense. He came from Scotland. He started a bourbon company. And then the same old story. Well, Dant started bringing in contracted Scotch, contracted Canadian whiskey, gin, whatever. There's a whole bunch of dance stuff out there, okay? Like if you go shopping, you might find JW Dance Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, JW Dance Bottle and Bond, JW Dance Small Batch, JW Dance Blended American Whiskey, and now this blended Scotch. So they started bringing in a bunch of different type of products, and then they got bought out, and now they're under Heaven Hills. So that's the story. Okay, so I found this blended Scotch at Dorgnac's, and it was $8.99 for this liter bottle, and I'm not kidding about that. I don't even think they sell it over there anymore. It never seemed like anybody was buying it. Uh, my friend David tried it. He thought it was all right. There's an essay on the back about Scotch whiskey. If you're waiting in the checkout lane, you can read this. You probably check out before you finish reading it. At least they put interesting information on the bottle. And it's all about whiskey and how it got started and the process of blending Scotch and all. So it was pretty interesting article in the back of the bottle. Um, so that's it. Basic $8.99 a liter, crazy, right? But that's what I paid, and I paid 10.99 for the Trader Joe's. If you look on their website, they don't even list it. It's like it exists, but they don't talk about it. All right, so I've been having a hard time with this Trader Joe's. I got it right 4 times, but I got it wrong 4 times. So I haven't really had success telling it apart from other Scotch whiskeys. I know the Diamondbacks are winning right now over Philadelphia, and I intend to go watch it. But people start calling me. Can't even keep my thoughts together with all this. So I was like, I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit and do this. But and then there's just all this noise outside when they were working on the gas lines, all this equipment, bang, 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 and finally they left. Um, who makes this for Heaven Hill? We'll never find that out. Not gonna find that information. And anyway, it might change year to year. You know what I'm saying? Like it may not be the same people every time because this thing here. Hold on, let me fix this camera. There was a little problem with a crash. Okay, camera falling. Um, Sorry about that. That was this morning early. Claude Diamond says, like the tequila Avion t-shirt. Yeah, I tried. That's what got me into tequila. I was at a liquor store in River Ridge, Louisiana, and Avion was given a tasting. And the girl was like, would you like to try this tequila? And I said, well, I never had tequila before. But you know me, I'll try it. I was like, well, I'll try it. And I was like, wow, this is really good. I didn't know what tequila. It did taste sort of like I expected, succulent plant. So I was like, yeah, I got to start buying this stuff. They gave us t-shirts. They were like, you want a t-shirt? I said, yeah, give me a large. And then my friend David got extra large, double extra large, whatever size we were. All right, Blue Ice says, cheers. Cheers to you over there in Georgia. And Claude's probably in Colorado. So, yeah, I've seen, like I said, I've seen a lot of Dance products, and it's usually bourbon, like 100 proof, 80 proof. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try to figure it out. I can look it up on the Heaven Hill website. They don't list the product as far as a web page. They just list it under product specifications. I guess that's a website listing. It's a list like an inventory lister. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll say JW Dant 80 proof, white label, and it'll tell you the bottle sizes. That's not really a, when you look up some company's website, you know what I'm saying? All right. One was a little darker than the other, but I don't even remember which one was darker. So that's good actually, because that way it's more. There's less chance I'm gonna guess on some clue than guess on the taste. I want to guess on the actual flavor, not yeah, I remember this one was darker. I don't think there's going to be much difference, honestly. Will you see this in your town? Well, you might. If your Trader Joe's sells liquor, you probably will. If you live in a place where your liquor store sells Dance products, you might. Like I said, we get them. Like I said, we mainly get the bourbon, and it's different colors, like a black label, a red label, the white label for the Scotch, and so forth. And the bourbons don't say JW either, because they're not trying to play off of J and B. I know what they're trying to do. I'm not a fool. I don't care if that's what they're trying to do. I've seen this brand over the years, for years. I never bought it until a few years ago. I saw it and I was like, what is JW? And now I realize it was his initials, JW Dant. Oh, man. That is too funny. All right. At least J&B is Just Dorinian Brooks, the name of the company. This smells like just same old thing. Cereal grain, you know. That's what blended Scotch is. It's a blend of cereal grains, usually corn, or if you live in Scotland, maize and barley, single malt barley, or a combination of single malts, Highland, Lowland, Speyside, whatever. Islay sometime. All right. This smells a lot more honey-like, so they don't smell alike. This definitely has a honey note. Where would that come from? That's a good question. Would it come from the corn? Now, do they have to use corn for their grain alcohol? No. If you read the Scottish law, they only have to use grain alcohol, grain whiskey. It didn't specify what type of grain. It just says from whole grains. It could be rice. It could be corn. It could be wheat. But from what I've been reading and from even the company's websites, it's typically corn, just like the United States. Doesn't have to be corn, but it typically is. Okay, so there you go. So the aroma, which one smells better? This one's more peaty, and that's making me think that the Trader Joe's, because they had that weird compost pile nose. And this is more honey, and I don't remember Dant having a honey nose though. So taste time. Um, this one has honey, but it does have a little bit of that compost pile peatiness. David Cassidy says, "Hey, Ronald T, waving and clinking the mugs. Cheers, cheers to you all." Yeah. I did drink 2 beers after work today. Miller, Miller's Milwaukee's Best Light, and then another Miller's Milwaukee's Best Light. They were very good. You say you're canceled. I'm going to do cancel culture on you. You drank light beer, macro, and I'm cutting you out. Okay, good. See, there's honey, but there's also that compost pile, that peatiness. And I think I remember the Dant having that years ago. JW Dance, apostrophe S Dance. You say, oh, I love the smoky scotch. Well, don't buy either one of these because smoke is not going to play a part. I'm sorry, it won't. Now, if you don't like smoke, you say, oh, that smoky scotch drives me nuts. I hate it. Well, these could work for you because these don't have that. You say, I like an inexpensive product. I don't want to pay a lot, but I want something good. These will work for you because they don't cost a lot and they taste pretty good. In fact, the fact that I could not easily tell Trader Joe's from the other mainline blended scotches actually argues for the Trader Joe's because it for the price, it should be easily discernible. It should taste obviously inferior, and the argument should be, well, you should never buy it because it's so much worse than your, other bigger brands. Like Valentine's, for instance. You see that all around. But no, it hasn't happened that way. And I'm not taking sides. You can't accuse me of taking sides because I don't know which is which. That's why I got tags below the glasses. It's a blind taste test. They're all mixed up. Like the Cars had in that song. It's all mixed up. I don't know which is which. Even if I was playing favorites, I wouldn't be able to because I don't know which is which. And I'm not playing favorites, believe me. I don't care who wins this baseball game, although I do want to watch it. I'm going to try to hurry up. And I don't care who wins this taste challenge. I have no special loyalty to Trader Joe's, and I definitely don't to Heaven Hill. It doesn't matter to me either way. They're both fine, nice, that's fine, doesn't matter. They probably donate to causes that I would hate, so I don't even look that up because I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty smooth and easy going. Is it remarkable or great or something you just gotta buy? Come on, that wasn't going to be the case. I'm not going to pay $8.99 to $10.99 for these 2 liters. You heard me right, liters, and then sit on here talking about how remarkable it is. That's not going to happen. The best part would be if I got on here talking about how they're not terrible, and I can guarantee you they are not terrible. Can I name some terrible products? Yes. Most of them are beers, which I would not recommend you buying, but I'm not going to go into that right now. Yeah, it's hard to say, but I do think I'm going to side with this one over here to my right because it has honey, has that little bit of peatiness, which I always say compost pile, and it even has something else which can't place it. It's like a smoothness, but a burn. It's like a Scotland hug. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a strength, but it's not offensive. I think that's the Dant, and I think I'll give it credit, and I think I'm going to pick it. And if it's $2 cheaper, I'm really going to pick it. Now, like I say, I don't think Aquista Pace, not Aquista Pace, I don't think Dorignac sells it anymore. Could be wrong because I wasn't exactly making a hard effort to search out their blended Scotch whiskey aisle lately. I did buy the Inverhouse over there, and I bought this. And I was thinking about buying Passport, but I don't think they carry Passport anymore. But it could be just like a lot of stores. They carry something, see what happens. If it doesn't move, they just get rid of it and bring something else in. And just keep that rolling. You know, they're going to always have J&B. They're going to always have Cuddy Sark. They're going to always have Monkey Shoulder. They're going to always have Famous Grouse. They're going to always have Johnny Walker of different sorts. They're going to always have Doers. You know that. I know that. The American people know that. But some of these other like lesser known brands, they might just rotate them in and out. Yeah, see what catches on. And I would do the same thing. If I had a store, I would do the same thing. Bring in a case, 6 bottles, see if it moves. Dan, I'm saying it is, but it is. So yeah, so 5 wins and 4 losses now, 5-4. That's not that good of a record, obviously, but I'd rather be 5-4 than 4-5. So got 5 wins and 4 losses. Trader Joe's is definitely holding its own. It's battling, and I have Johnny Walker Red Label coming up next. I believe. I don't think I overlooked something. Did I overlook something? I'm pretty sure I got Johnny Walker Red Label coming in next because we're going into the Diageo brands. I've got Johnny Walker Red. I've got Johnny Walker Double Black. I got Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve, which I think is older than Double Black. Could be having it backwards, but I'll look those dates up. Doesn't much matter, but it does matter to me. I like to be straight on it. I have Buchanan's, James Buchanan's Deluxe 12-year age, a fabulous product. I've got Dimple Pinch 15-year age. I found that one was rather dull. I know it's aged 15 years, but to me, it wasn't really that exciting. It was kind of like they aged this for 15 years, and this is all they got out of it was just blandness. But I did find the same thing with the 12-year age Chivas Regal. Chivas Regal was like 12 years, and this is what you got. Blandness. Well, okay. I got the White Horse. I think White Horse is a great one. It's so smoky, but it used a lot of Lagavulin in it. You've heard of Lagavulin? Yeah, that'll probably run you about $80 a bottle. The White Horse is blended, so it was 38 for the handle. 38 for a handle. Big old glass bottle, but it's pretty dang good. I can't see Trader Joe's having any kind of chance or victory against White Horse. I'd be shocked if that happened. And then once we finish with the Diageo products, then we're going to move on to Dewar's. I think that's owned by Bacardi these days. I think Bacardi bought Dewar's. Can you believe it? Dewar's White Label. Yeah, that might be even. That one's kind of ho-hum. Dewar's 12-year age. No. They'll have no chance against that. No way. Impossible. And then there might be a couple of one or two here or there that I overlooked, but I'll scour my collection and make sure I didn't overlook something. And then it's on to brandy. And some of you viewers are going to say, yeah, brandy, cognac and brandy. That's my thing. And other viewers will be like, well, I guess I won't be watching that for 2 weeks. I know brandy's divisive. Like if you bring up cognac or brandy, half the viewers will just tune out. But then other people are really into it, you know. But I'm bringing it in because I like it. I don't. It's like grape whiskey. And not to offend brandy people, maybe I could say whiskey is like grain brandy. They're kind of like the same thing. One's made from grapes and one's made from grain. Although you can make brandy from a lot of fruit, doesn't have to be grapes. They have Applejack brandy made from apples that Laird sells. That's really famous in New Orleans. They sell all kind of Laird's Applejack. I never tried apple brandy. I would assume it tastes like apples, but I don't know that because I never had it. I've had a lot of grape brandies and they taste like grapes. Yeah, so that's going to be great. And then we're going to go into gold rum. And I don't even know what gold rum's coming up next. I've got so many. That's going to be fabulous, you know. And then I've got silver tequila. And when I bring up this tequila, some people are going to say, oh, not them. You know, I can hear it now. I can hear it now. Oh, not them. Everybody hates their brand, even though it's the best selling in the world. You know, everybody hates it. That's why it's number one in the world, because they hate it. But this is not the one you're thinking of. This is a little different. It doesn't have any filler in it. There's no cane sugar filler, you know, or if you want to call it probably like cane vodka, sugar cane vodka to fill it. No, it's literally 100% Blue Weber agave. It's 100% pure, that kind of tequila. So I think that's going to be so exciting. And then, yes, of course, I have another mezcal I bought. It cost me about $30-something. But that one is, I think that one's going to be great. The bottle looks awesome. I can't wait to research it, man. It just looks so exciting. And so that's the adventures coming up. Those are the adventures coming up. Finish out the blended scotch, which is going to be an exciting adventure on its own. And then going into brandy, which would be awesome. Then the gold rum, which I got to figure out which brand. And then the silver tequila, 100% agave. And then the mezcal. And oh, man, that is just going to be tremendous. All right, well, let's get off of this and go back to the Major League, National League baseball game. Yeah, Trader Joe's blended scotch. It's pretty good. So if somebody tells you it's trash, don't believe it. It's not. It's really nice. So yeah, enjoyable. All right, y'all take care now. Okay, let's see. Got some comments. Burley Sullivan says, you. Tommy Carroll says, cheers. Louisiana Liquor Review, 780. Sierra Nevada Torpedo, 9.2. ABV a bit boozy. Yeah, that one's a little bit too much. I wasn't totally thrilled with that. I want my Torpedo Extra IPA, the 7.5. That's just fine for me. All right, well, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.